Just do it. That's what Nike's been teaching us for years now, right? Bo knows. Just do it. And make sure you're wearing your Air Jordans while you're doing that, right? Well, as we continue to build our business, we're sort of at that point of just do it. We have our construction team working on the project. We're trying to conduct the orchestra so that we have a complete project on start date. The question today for me became, is that all there is? I mean, I've done what I think is a great job of planning and all that kind of good stuff, and I've been doing the work as best I can, but how do I keep from getting bored, but not bored so much as tired? How do I recharge? How do I get excited about it again? It's not boredom, it's just tired. You get tired. There's a lot of work. But today we're going to talk about how we get past that. Hi, I'm Morris Sims, and this is the Business of Sales short form. Building a business, lessons learned. We want to share with you a practical principle to help you and your business. And we're going to do that by sharing with you what we've learned in building this new business, the Travel Masters Learning Community. So please hang in there with us as we keep going. But first, hey, just thanks. Appreciate it. Y'all are out there listening and watching, and there's no reason for a podcast without people to actually listen and watch. So thank you. Our objective here is to help you improve your business. I'm a corporate world escapee, been running my business for the past 7 years, helping business owners and professional salespeople. We're not millionaires by any stretch, but we have helped a number of clients, and for that I feel very blessed and thankful, just downright out and out grateful. For right now, let's get into this week's episode. Just do it. You have the plan, now go make it happen. See you at the grand opening. Have a good time. Well, not so fast, my young protege. You have to keep your head down and work hard, sure. But every now and again you have to rise up like those prairie dogs on their hind legs and look around from time to time to make sure that there are no monsters coming your way. You have to stay connected with the real world and make sure you watch your progress. Monitoring and measuring what you accomplish is, I don't know, for me it's probably one of the best motivators there was. Probably one of the best things that got me past being tired was seeing the progress we were making. Keep track of where you are against your plan, but also just keep track of what all you've accomplished, because if you look at where you started and where you are today, man, you can feel good about what you've been able to do. So let me give you a quick summary and let you know where we stand with our business. First of all, podcasts are going to be recorded early in October. We may be past that point by the time this gets published. And by sometime the week of October 9th, we hope to have our first podcast out for the world from the Travel Masters Learning Community. So we'll see if we can hit that goal. We're clear about what we wanted the business to be and where we want to go with it and our strategy for getting there. We built the programs and the curriculum. We found a delivery platform that makes administration easy, so we revised all of that. We've got our website up and running, or at least a part of my website up and running to do that. Created our business plan, determined our milestones, and we put together and reformed and checked and updated our business plan, our strategic action plan, almost daily. And finally, we've started talking to everybody we could think of about this new business, about the Travel Masters Learning Community, and what it's going to do and how we're going to get this done. Now, the next steps, we got to get those podcasts out there and get that done before the 10th of October. That's what we're shooting for. We got to get the platform up to speed that all this is going to reside on. I've got it, but I don't know anything about it yet, so I've got a lot of work to do there. We've got to increase our visibility on social media through word of mouth and any other way we can increase our visibility. And we're going to open a founders launch in early October. We're going to continue building out all the other products for membership that I haven't even begun to talk to you about yet. And somewhere in amongst all of that, pardon me, I hope to get some sleep. We'll see whether we can make that happen or not. Now here's what we've learned recently. You got to watch out for those unknown bottlenecks that can throw the entire project into limbo and just screw everything up. It happens to the best of us. I got there and started implementing the plan. Man, head down, going to work, doing my thing, but the idea wasn't coming together. My strategy wasn't working. I'd hoped to meet and interview a whole lot of travel agency owners for my pre-launch public podcast. My desire was to find owners who could tell us about the things a good travel agency owner needs to do to be more efficient and effective. Well, I just couldn't find enough people to interview, and my contacts weren't coming through necessarily as fast as I wanted them to. So I was depending on other people, and my whole plan revolved around that step. See, I expected there to be a multitude of people who really wanted a better training plan, and they'd hire me to consult and work with them while we were running toward the launch of the Travel Masters Learning Community. That gives us more visibility and resources to ramp up our marketing plans. That means money to pay marketing people to help us market the thing. And nope, not happening. Didn't work. Plans are useless. At least that's what Dwight Eisenhower said. And you remember, this is the guy that planned D-Day, right? And he's the one that said plans are useless. But he went on to say that the planning process is essential. Well, my initial plan was falling down around my ankles. No guests to interview and no cash flow to build the business on. So we had to rethink this thing, and rather than throw in the towel, we changed our direction. We rethought the plan, made some tweaks, and head down, got after it again. We decided to go with me and Cindy, my business partner, and just have the two of us on these pre-opening podcasts to teach one particular principle or another about business and sales, to give everybody a taste of what's going to be coming with Travel Masters in each podcast. So we're getting the first set of episodes out there, as I mentioned, by October the 10th, and we'll see where we go from there. The principle that we wanted to share with you today here is one about flexibility. The one certainty we will all face is that things change, and we need to be ready to be flexible and make adjustments based on whatever's going on in the real world, and be able to make those changes on the fly. The upside is that when you wind up after doing all that, the outcome can be so much better than what you initially planned. It's amazing. The downside is you have to protect against taking on a victim mentality and going on with that, oh, poor me. Look what they've done to me. I can't do this because of what happened. And the fact the weather is changing. Oh, this isn't going to work now because that person or this person changed their thinking and their position and they've left me out in the cold, et cetera, and so forth. Well, it's only human to be disappointed when things don't go the way you originally planned and the way you hoped that they would. It's natural to need some time to get past that disappointment, but here's the key. You are in control because we all are in control of our thinking. Now, granted, I'm not saying it's easy. Sometimes it's really, really hard to turn your mind around and find a positive way to look at something that is an obvious big-time disappointment. It's there. You just have to work to find it. It's it's just important to limit the disappointed and down feeling to a period of hours, not days or weeks. A whole bunch of college football coaches, coaches of any kind of sport at any level probably, they'll talk to their team after a loss and they say, look, we're going to be disappointed about this loss for 24 hours and get it out of our system. By tomorrow at this time, we're going to go forward and put this behind us because we've got to get on with the game plan for our next game. Win or lose, we're going to think about this situation for 24 hours, and then we're going to move on because we have a job to do. Well, I think that's a real healthy way to look at it. And if it works, that's great. But sometimes you have to learn this one the hard way. I know for me, after a huge disappointment in my life, I went down into that black hole on the dark side and I stayed there. Not for 24 hours. I stayed there for months. It wasn't fun. Felt crappy. But there was some part of me, I think, that was probably enjoying playing the victim. I began to believe that the decisions would be reversed and my disappointment would become a true victory. Nope, not going to happen. Not for me, and I don't believe stuff like that happens for many people. The true victory comes when you can get over it and move on. Get past it, change the plan, and get back to work serving your clients. And that's the key. When you can get back to work serving others and focusing on what you can do to help somebody else, that's when it gets all better, and that's when the victory comes about. Things change. And when it happens, it can be disappointing. But the flexibility principle says you have to roll with the punches, get up, get back in the game, and adjust the plan and get after it with other people in mind. The corollary to that principle is that the 24-hour principle, I guess. We take 24 hours to celebrate the win or 24 hours to mourn the loss or the disappointment. And then you get up and go after it again. But as I can tell you from experience, that is not easy to do. Sometimes it's easier to go down into that dark place and that black hole, that dark side. So now that you know that occurs, maybe that'll help you not have to do that if and when that disappointment comes your way. Stay out of that big black hole. Get up there and start thinking about how you can help other people, and it'll start looking much, much better. As for the Travel Masters community, well, we're on target. We're making progress toward our next milestone, and the reason we are is because we were ready to adjust the plan when things didn't work out the way we expected them to. So, thanks much for listening and watching. We have a lot more to share with you as we go forward, putting together the Travel Masters Learning Community. It's coming into being, and all the business concepts and principles that we learned along the way, we want to share with you. We're looking for sponsors, so if you have anybody that you think might be a great sponsor for us, please hook us up. Just introduce us. You don't have to do any more than that. Just, hey, Morris, meet Sally, Sally, meet Morris, and that's all it takes. My email, sims.rm2017@gmail.com. I'm Morris Sims, and I'll see you next time right here on the Business of Sales short form, Building a Business, Lessons Learned. Until then, get out there and go meet some people. Go meet somebody that you want to know that you wanted to know for a long time, but you just haven't had the opportunity to meet them. You can find the reason to meet them and the opportunity and the person to introduce you if you go look and you ask. So get out there, go find somebody new to talk to, and I'll see you again next time right here on the Business of Sales short form. I'm Morris Sims.